Hello all, my name is Pradeep Chavan and today we are going to see basic statistics in which we are going to see basic of population and sampling, why sampling is required, that is the advantage of the sampling, then few important thing about the sampling, then what is the difference between population and sample, then we are going to see the nomenclature and the symbol which are used for the population and sample. Then what is the difference between standard deviation for the population and the sample? Apart from that, we are going to see statistics, how this sampling is related to statistics and what are the key aspect. So key aspect you can say types of statistics. It is a descriptive statistics. Second one it is a inferential statistics. Then types of data. So which kind of data can be used in the sample, that all which are going to see. Now first question, what is a population? Now see, population is an entire group for which you wanted to draw the conclusion. Now that group can be individual, object or the event, organization, etc. It can be anything. Now generally whenever we use the population, we thought that is related to human being, but it can be anything. It can be any parameter of the common process or the individual object, event, organization. It can be anything. So if you take the example, then thing will be more clear. Stars in the Milky Way galaxy. This is a population. Then part from the production line. Then citizen of the India. Now see, it is very difficult to measure the population parameter because of constraint. Even it is practically not possible. Why sampling is required? Now see, population is very difficult to measure complete. So there are so many things are there, because of that complete population cannot be measured. So what is option? Sampling is the only option which is having the low cost, then it consumes less time, then it is very convenience for the organization process for the sampling, and it is suitable in the limited resources. So we have got limited resources, so we cannot measure the complete population, so sampling is the option, and these are the advantages of the sampling. There are few important thing about the sampling. So whenever you are taking the sample, that should be taken from the population only or the population group only, same population group for which you wanted to draw the conclusion. So this is a basic thing. Then it should be representative of the population for which it is drawn. For example, you wanted to make the conclusion regarding the people of the India. So people of India will be the population. Now sample should be taken in a such way that it will be representative. So complete area you have to cover at least randomly. Then all the age group should be covered. So this is the meaning of this, that representative of the population should be there in the sample. Now if you are taking the sample, first lot of sample and second lot of the sample, so there should not be dependency. So second lot should not influence the first lot and vice versa. So this is the meaning of this. So that's why you have to select the sample randomly. Now in many cases we should choose the sample randomly from the population, but there are other methods are also there. Okay. Now let us see difference between population and sample. Now it is a measurable quality called parameter for the population. For the sample, it is a quality that is called statistics. For example, if I take the average of population of Indian people height is 5 feet, then that 5 feet will be called as a parameter. Why? Because it is a measure from the population. Whereas if I take the sample and I measure the average height and it is found 5.5, so 5.5 will be called as a statistics. Are you getting me? So population is a complete set, and the sample is a subset of the population. So there are so many subset are there, and from which you are drawing the conclusion. So because of that, there will be, some kind of marginal error or the confidence interval will be involved in the sampling. So whereas in the population, if you measure complete population, then that will be true representation of the opinion. There will not be error in the population. But again, that is not practically possible. So that's why we have to adopt the sample, and of course, it will be having the error and the confidence interval. That kind of thing will be there as a part of sample. It contains all members of the specified group. Complete things will be there in the population. It is subset of represents the entire population. Again, second statement and this statement is same. So it is a subset of the population. Okay. Let us see nomenclature and symbol which are used for the population and sample. So whenever you are measuring some kind of value or the drawing the conclusion from the population, then it will be called as a parameter. And whenever you are measuring something for the sample, it will be called as a statistics. So if you take the measure for the mean, then for the population, this is just standard symbol which are used in the, everywhere. For the population mean, it will be mu, and for the sample mean, it will be x bar. So denotation symbol will be like this. It will be denoted x bar. Okay, variance. So variance for the population, it will be sigma square, and variance for the sample, it will be s square. Sometimes it is also denoted by sigma square suffix x bar. Sometimes standard deviation. Standard deviation is nothing but the square root of variance. Are you getting me? So standard deviation for the population is shown or denoted by sigma. For the sample, it is shown by s or sigma x suffix, x bar suffix. So this is how nomenclature and symbol are used for the population and sample. Now let us see standard deviation formula for the population. So this is a standard deviation for the population. Now here you can see sigma. Then average is subtracted from each individual reading, and again square is taken divided by n and square root will be taken, and that will be sigma. For the sample, what is the difference? Now see mu versus x. So here in the population mu is used, and in the sample x bar is used. So for the n population, n minus 1 is for the sample. So n minus 1 indicate that we are estimating one parameter in the population. It is also called as a degree of freedom. Rather, it is connected to degree of freedom. So degree of freedom that we'll discuss separately. What is the statistics and key aspect? Now let us start. Now statistics, you can say it involve collection, analysis, interpretation, presentation of the data. Even it is a mathematical model theories which can draw the conclusion about the population. Then there are two aspects or two different type of statistics are there. One is a descriptive statistics, so which include the uh, basically two factors, that is the central tendency and measures of the variability. For example, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, range, percentile, skewness, histogram, bar chart are the descriptive statistics. Then inferential statistics, it is a comparison between the two groups. So that will be called as the inferential statistics, which include regression, z-test, t-test, ANOVA, factorial design. So these are the key aspect or the types of statistics you can say. Now let us talk about the types of data. There are two types of data. One is a categorical data. The data use label, name or other description. For example, region, north, south, east, west, machine, M1, 2, 3, organization, company number 1, 2, 3. So these are the categorical data. Apart from that, quantitative data is also there, which are having the numerical value. For example, sale in the crore rupees, so production quantity, diameter in millimeter. So these are the quantitative data. Now, why this category is important? So from the category, which test, statistical test, is should be used, which kind of descriptive thing should be used. So that can be decided depend upon the data. So these are the all things. So thank you very much for joining this session. Thank you.